8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. Begin. Okay, folks, welcome back to the Old Man Show. That would be me, Jimbob, Jimbo, Jim Dandy. Some even call me Jimmy. We're going to talk about why I think I'm becoming a recluse, but I was corrected on that today. I was told I wasn't a recluse, but I was a hermit. Okay, I wrote down what they told me. See, this is why I'm a recluse. I'll read it to you since my handwriting's not any good anymore. Okay, I'm subject to scams. These are people that promise that I won a lottery of $500,000, sometimes $2 million if it's a clearinghouse. There's other scams, but I won't go into them because I had a real hurtful experience of one of my lady friends got hooked up with a guy from Nigeria or somewhere like that and lost all of her money. She lived in California, and I guess they thought California was the place to hit on lonely women to get all their money to fly in and marry them. Yeah, that actually happened. Okay, so she's become a recluse also, by the way. Now, another reason is because of health. Now, that's not something that most of us can control. Our health, unfortunately, doesn't get better over time. Sometimes it decreases over time, if you haven't noticed that so far. Also, what I would blame this writing on somebody else that I can't read it except I wrote it. Unable to walk. Yeah, you get to the point where you either got to have a walker, a scooter, or a cane. Normally, you go in this direction. You get a cane. Now, if I get a cane, it's going to be a fancy one. I can afford that. Real fancy one, I'm going to get a hat. If I wear a cane, I'm going to get me a good-looking hat. I'm going to look rich. Yeah. I'm going to look like a gambler at the casinos with a hat and a cane. And I'll limp a little bit so people think I'm legit. Okay, so additional problems why people stay in their house and don't come out is physical impairment. And here we're talking about having kidney transplants and trying to recover from having one of those ever so often, or COVID, which I've had 3 times. Just got notice. Yeah, I believe this one. It's true. Person has long COVID, like I do. They're sent to a long COVID treatment facility. And let me explain that with long COVID, you don't test positive. When she left the long COVID treatment center, she tested herself and then went to the hospital and got tested. She had active COVID again. So for those who think think about going to a facility straight for the treatment of COVID, you may pick up another strand of it. Yeah, yeah. You may become active again and have more problems. This person's needs to apply for disability. She can't work, and she went to the best schools in the nation and for a college and master's degree, and had one of the top jobs. And the reason why they got rid of her wasn't because of the inability to work, but they wanted her to come in to work, but she could only work from her home. So she gets told, goodbye. I'm looking at these notes people told me. Can't drive anymore. So far, I've known about 3 people that's decided on their own not to drive. This usually has been after they've had 3 or 4 accidents in 1 year, and they were afraid to even try it again. And they knew what would happen with the insurance. High risk. So that's another reason people become a hermit or a recluse. Now, hearing problems is another problem. I have been with several people, taken them out to eat, and have been told to them afterwards, can we just eat at my house or their house and not go to the restaurant, because the noise in the restaurant caused them not to be able to hear me or their friends and me. And finally, this happened today to me. I did go out to eat, and the guy says, I haven't seen you for a while. I said, I know. I said, I don't get out of the house because they'll talk behind my back, the people that work there, because I like to joke around. He probably got that hooked in there to where I like to joke around. Well, I would hear him say, hey, that guy over there, he's not quite right. He's not quite right. We always dread it when he walks in, because instead of ordering a 2 Heart, it's a beer called 2 Heart Ale or something like that. I always say I want a 3 Heart Ale. They know I'm fooling with them. And then they say, I say, how much is it? They say $4. I said, I want to pay $7. You're not going to make any money at $4. So when I sit down, I still get charged $4, but I can hear, he ain't quite right. He ain't going to be quite right. I want to thank you for joining me. When I do this stuff, it's for enjoyment. It's not because they're paying me like podcast people that have Trump on and things like that. What is his name? I like him. The podcaster that makes so much money. I really like him, but there's only so much time in the day, and I haven't heard him interview Trump yet, even though I heard it was a good interview. What is his name? Anyhow, having said that, I'm not to that point yet where I'm starting a podcast, but you may be called by me to be on my podcast. And that's all I heard people say today about us olden people turning into hermits or recluses. So, hey, if you want to tune in next time, hit the subscribe button if you dare. And you can either hit hate or like. I see there's a choice for each. Well, most of mine are hate. Take care. God bless you.